Imagine an orchestra where each musician is playing a wonderful music but at its own pace. What is going to happen? Will be going to a chaos. But now imagine there is a conductor and there is a baton and that person is coordinating each and everything. What is going to happen? Beautiful music is going to come out and we can enjoy that. When we talk about takt time, actually it is just like this baton which controls and manages each and everything, and the output that we get is what we are looking for it. When we talk about takt time, primarily the main definition, the basic definition is that takt time is the amount of or the quantity of material that we are producing is exactly the same what is a customer requirement, not less, not more. If I tell you with an example, takt time is primarily talking about the available time divided by the number of components that the customer is requiring. To give you an example, say for example, the available time is 480 minutes. When we say 480 minutes, it means we are excluding all the plant preventive maintenance and all the other lunch and tea breaks. So 480 minutes is the available time. Now the customer requirement is 240 pieces. So now we divide 480 divided by 240, so it becomes 2. So the takt time is 2. Now there are two more definitions which are there. One is cycle time and another is a lead time. When we talk about cycle time, it is primarily talking about the time it has been taken to produce a part. And when we talk about the lead time, it is talking about when we receive the order and when we dispatch the material to the customer. When we talk about takt time, basically it is a target. When we talk about cycle time, it is a reality that how much time it has taken to produce a piece. And ideally, the cycle time should be exactly the same as the takt time. So that brings an interesting question that why it is important that we need to ensure that takt time is being maintained. So primarily there are four key reasons. The first one is it avoids the guesswork. So when we are planning, we don't need to think that how much we need to plan and how much we have to produce, how much we have to dispatch, because we are very clear that we need to maintain a takt time of 2 minutes. The second important thing is that it exposes the waste instantly. So for example, there are 10 different stations which are producing a piece. So in case there is a delay, so it means there is some problem somewhere. Or in case we are producing a little bit too fast, that also shows that there is something we can identify and we can work on that. The third important reason is with respect to workforce planning mathematically. Now, when we have to produce 240 pieces and we know that for producing one piece, it takes 20 minutes. So it means we need at least 10 people because 20 divided by 2, so they will take 2 minutes. So we are using 10 people. So the formula is very easy. We don't need to think too much with respect to planning them, that how many people we need that. And the fourth and the most important reason is that it helps to create an environment of continuous improvement, because when we have to implement a takt time of 2 minutes, it's not an easy task. We need to work on different aspects. It can be with respect to supply chain management, it can be with respect to machines, it can be with respect to the competence of people, and there are so many aspects around that. So regularly we need to work on that with the help of Kaizen, quality circle, just to make sure that we achieve the takt time of 2. Now, when we think about an example, the ideal and the best example is of Toyota. In 1950s, they initiated this concept and they made sure that it became a part of DNA of every person who is working in the company. One very important aspect of Toyota is that they made sure that when they are calculating a takt time, it is not a one-time event, but regularly they are monitoring that and they are seeing that whether actually we are working as per the takt time or not. There are many other companies who have actually implemented the takt time, like BMW, Ford, Honda. They have successfully implemented in their organization and they have got good quality of product and very less wastage. As for the data, it says that Toyota produces 30 cars per person per year, and it is almost double in comparison to many of the other big car companies. So that shows the power or how much the benefit an organization can get by simply implementing that. Now, talking about some of the key industry challenges with respect to takt time, because when we talk about takt time, it looks simple, but the data shows that it's not actually that simple. As per the studies, only 2% of the companies have actually implemented the tech time effectively. If we talk about the remaining 98%, they may have done it say 30%, 40%, or maybe they have not been able to implement that. And what can be the reason for that? So let me share the 4 key reasons that why it is a challenge and why majority of the organizations have not been able to implement that effectively. The first and the foremost reason is demand variability. Whatever is the demand on Monday, say 240 units, by Friday, maybe it can become 200 or it can become 300 or maybe the model mix is there. So that's why the takt time concept loses its significance. So it's very important that it should not be a one-time event, but regularly we need to implement that. But that's a big challenge that industry is facing. The second challenge is with respect to machine downtime. Now, ideally, when we say 480 minutes, so it means for 480 minutes machine should work. But many times there is a breakdown in the machine, maybe the spare parts are not there, maybe some unplanned preventive maintenance is there, maybe the machine is not working to its optimum speed, and because of that, the organization hardly achieves the takt time. The third is with respect to the skill gap. Now, maybe the people who are being employed, they are not competent enough. Maybe the skill work is on leave, or maybe we have employed them at some other place. So that's why we talk about continuous improvement, that we should have multi-skilling so that in case somebody is on leave, then we can, put that person on that particular job. So that's again a big challenge. And the fourth and the most important challenge is with respect to the flexibility and the involvement of top management. Top management in the beginning is always very aggressive and interested to meet that tech time because it makes money, it makes profit. But then soon they decide that let it be given to the middle management and let them manage it. And at that time, the focus goes. And when we talk about the people down the line, they are never interested because they always feel that it is very difficult and complicated to change the way in which they are working. So these are the 4 key challenges. So if I do a summary with respect to this, the main thing is takt time is basically a very simple concept. The important thing is how much effectively and serious we are with respect to that. It helps to improve the quality, it helps to improve the available time, and it helps to reduce the wastage. And many companies globally like Toyota, Honda, BMW and Ford have effectively implemented and shown the world that how it can work and it can give excellent result, even though only 2% have effectively implemented that, and there are many who have not been able to implement that. But the important thing is takt time is not optional, it is a starting point. So imagine and think about the orchestra one more time. As long as the baton is moving, even though it does not make any noise, but it gives the desired results, it gives the desired output, it gives the desired quality. That's the most important thing. My dear friends, my next video will again be with respect to another thing with respect to the concept which I am talking all these days with respect to lean manufacturing. Regularly I am getting a lot of feedback from your side and they are helping me to understand your expectations, so please do continue that. In case you want to understand a little bit more about this particular video, you'll find a link below. If you click that, you'll find a blog here. There you find more information with respect to this video. And in case you're liking these kind of blogs and videos, you can always share with your friends and colleagues, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and my website bhavyamangla.com. Recently, I published a book with respect to supply chain management. In case you want to know a little bit more about it, you can find a link below and you can find more information with respect to that. Thank you.